To talk about how about love.
We were recording that.
Oh, fuck you, Tom.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip, and I'm doing karate chop arms.
Karate chop!
And you can't see it, but it was fun.
No,
anyway,
really
It was very exciting.
for the next 30-ish minutes, Alex and I will discuss things we found interesting, weird, fun, bizarre in the news
Correct.
while we drink.
Yes.
Yes.
And I am drinking coffee.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's
and I'm
early
drinking
in the
bubbly
morning.
water. We had to
And-
meet early today.
I know.
It's almost a little too early for a drink.
Damn you, brunch. With us, as always, the lovely and talented Tom Crafts.
Thank you.
Who is drinking nothing because
Yeah.
he's already prehydrated.
But we determined I'm an optaholic.
Yes, an optaholic. Very excited.
He only drinks when he
Is in a good
happy.
mood and happy,
Yeah.
so I'm always drinking.
Well, it happens a lot. I was just saying, like, Heather has the same thing where, like, we drink a lot
Yeah.
and often.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's always constantly saying, like, oh, man, are we alcoholics? And I'm like, Heather, no, we just choose to drink.
Yeah.
And so Allison was saying, no, if you want to hide your feelings, and Tom was saying he couldn't drink when he's depressed. And I said, you're an optaholic.
Yeah.
I'm an optaholic.
So we are all optaholics. This is a group of
Sweet.
optaholics
We're
here.
just a bunch of happy
We are the
optaholics.
happiest-
Yeah. We should
What?
have OA, Optaholics
OA.
Anonymous.
Or public? How?
Oh,
what if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
anonymous.
Like
Optaholic.
like
Optaholics named.
Obviousness? Optaholics.
Ooh, oh.
how about
OA.
optaholics obviously?
Obviously. there
Optaholics,
you go.
obviously. Yeah.
Although
Because
it
you're out in
kind
the
of
open.
kills how awesome the name of our show is, Happy Hour with AA.
Yeah, that's
Half
true.
Hour Happy Hour with AA.
With AA, yeah.
Scratch that.
No.
Yeah, scratch that. Forget
All right.
that stuff.
All right, screw this. I
So,
quit. Yes.
you did something fun last week
I did.
prior to post us taping the show.
Post recording, but pre it
Pre-now.
being pre now. Yes.
Pre this week.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Labyrinth of Jareth. Wow. I grew up with a lisp. This is a
really?
true story. Yeah, I had to go to speech therapy. So every once in a while a word comes along and it like gives me anxiety because I feel like my lisp is going to
Does it
Wow.
now? Oh, that's interesting. Does
Yeah.
it give you anxiety, and then it kind of you trip up on the word because you're like, oh shit, my lisp is coming out.
because I freak out about it.
And so, are you constantly thinking of?
No, I'm not constantly thinking about it. It's just as a word is coming out of my mouth. I like saying the Labyrinth of Jareth.
Yeah, that's
That
very
sounds like
lispy.
I'm saying something with a lisp when I'm not.
Got it. Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, you're-
But it makes me feel like I've said it wrong.
got it.
Kind of like when
Yeah.
you say Ibiza with the real pronunciation.
Ibiza,
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
And
Yeah.
Barcelona.
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 Yeah, you're like, am I
Yeah.
saying this?
So you
What's
went
happening?
to a speech therapist.
I
huh?
did.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I had a lateral lisp.
A lateral.
So I had a vertical lisp. I couldn't say S's. I talked like this.
Oh, interesting.
A lateral lisp is when you talk like this. I didn't do
Interesting.
that, but I can do that.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't do
Yeah.
that, but I can.
My little brother couldn't say R's. He had to go to speech therapy too. He
my
used to say,
Ours is a very common
Yeah.
one to not be able to say as a child.
yeah, he used to say shuts and a shut sleeve shut for shorts and a short
So
sleeve
he's
shirt.
British, yeah.
Shuts and yeah, exactly.
So he's British. Yes, he actually was, and then he
Yeah.
had speech therapy,
Exactly.
and now he's American.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, we would have kicked him out of the family.
You're like, who's this British kid? Get
yeah.
him out of here.
He's Cockney all of a
Dad,
sudden.
you're British? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Where am I? Wait a minute. We grew up in London in 1890? I had no idea.
Why do I have such a current American accent? That would be amazing.
Go sweep the chimneys.
That would be amazing if there was like a kid that had like a fucked up speech pattern in like 18th century UK, and it just was
He spoke
colloquial
American.
American. You know what I mean? He was like, guys, why is everybody making fun of my speech impediment? I'm really working hard to get back to,
Yeah.
to speaking correctly. It was like, shut up, Billy, get in
Shut
the
up.
car.
It's witchcraft, it
Get
is.
in the car.
It's witchcraft, it is.
It's a witchcraft.
Sir, I don't
Anyway.
think you know what witchcraft means.
Makes you speak weirdly, eh? Right?
We really digressed on that
Oh, yeah,
one.
okay.
So, Labyrinth of Labyrinth.
Yes, Labyrinth of Labyrinth.
Labyrinth
I've never been. I've had a lot of friends who have gone, and it's this giant costume ball in downtown Los Angeles that's kind of themed after the movie Labyrinth.
But it's not specifically like
No.
not everybody's dressed up
No.
as.
You just kind of go and embrace what you feel like you want to dress as.
That's cool.
But everything's kind of, for the most part, is like fantasy, mythical based. You know, it's not like going to Comic-Con where everyone's dressed like a superhero.
Right, yeah. With like a superhero with a dash of steampunk.
Yeah, exactly. Although
Comic-Con.
there was that there, but not as much. But it was incredible. I mean, there were hundreds of people there, and they have these like roaming shows, so you can like walk into. It takes over the entire bottom floor of this hotel, so it's like got various ballrooms, and like there's an outdoor area, and there's a basement, and all this kind of stuff. And you know, there's an actual ball going on in one place, and then there's like acrobats that travel around, and then these like goblins. There's like a goblin cabaret, and costumes are unreal.
Yeah.
There's some of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, people commit to this shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like trees and things like that, like had branches.
A lot of people are trees.
Yes, I
That's
know.
fantastic.
It's weird.
What did you go as? I think we
I-
talked about this last week, right?
No.
Didn't we talk about her going last
Yeah,
week?
you were gonna do.
Oh yeah, I went as a dark unicorn.
There it
Because
is.
I found out I was going kind of last minute, and
Yeah.
someone gave me a ticket, so I was like, "Yeah, free ticket, I'll go, whatever." But I had to like piece together an outfit that I borrowed, and I borrowed clothes from friends. So I wore this like black puffy skirt that I kind of tied back into a quote unquote horse's tail, and then I had a unicorn horn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was anybody dressed as Jennifer Connelly from?
Oh yeah, and a lot,
Sarah, come with me.
a lot of
I can't do that voice.
a lot of David Bowie's.
Oh yeah.
A lot. There were a couple dudes doing the like
Glass ball,
juggling
Leave your
jiggling
past
thing.
behind, Sarah. I can't do it, but I want to do his voice.
You sound like Christopher Walken.
But it does sound like that's how it was. Because he was that sort of like creepy Christopher
Can you do
Walken,
it?
David
I know.
Bowie.
Can you
I
do
don't
David
even-
Bowie?
I don't even
Come
know.
on.
But-
I think it would just come out as Christopher Walken.
Anyway, it was really freaking cool. I highly recommend for people in Los Angeles or nearby to get a ticket for next year.
Did
'cause it
anybody was
awesome.
anybody there dressed up as the little slug guy?
Oh,
No.
meet the missus.
Did you
And
say
I- and
hello?
I-
No, I said hello.
I didn't see any Sir Didymuses either.
Sir
I know.
Didymus
That's
is-
what I would have done.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a friend whose dog is actually Brentano. His dog literally looks like Sir Didymus.
Oh,
Like
Is this-
legitimately.
I have a friend whose dog is named Sir Didymus.
His dog's name's Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Yeah, because he also kind of looks like Gizmo. But
Right.
he looks so like I was like, it's Sir Didymus, and he's like, hello.
Oh, guess what my dog did this week?
Pooped on the square.
Nope. Figured out how to escape our fenced-in backyard.
Holy
No. Oh no.
Oh my
Digging,
gosh! I
digging.
thought I was like, where
What?
my dog's Houdini? Where the fuck did my dog go? Like my
Wow.
dog, we have an enclosed fenced yard,
Yeah.
and she
For a
wasn't
reason.
inside. She wasn't in the yard. I was like losing my mind, and then finally my neighbor's like, "She's over here." I'm like, "What?" And I go, "She found like." She like freaking Shawshank Redemption that place. she found a weakness.
She's just covered in fecal matter. She's like, hey, I found a way to the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. You're covered in crap.
Damn it!
Oh, I love it.
I know. Do we have some emails?
We do.
Do we check the email?
So we got some more submissions.
Yes, for our cover art,
For our
guys. They're
cover
awesome.
art.
Yeah.
I think should we say now it's done and we should pick one of these?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I think so. I think we're going to have to kind of maybe get our heads together,
Yeah, there's some
go
good
through
ones.
them all.
Right.
There's some really good ones.
Yeah, you guys rocked. Thank
Yeah.
you.
There's
You definitely made
some
our
that-
lack of Photoshop skill. Like,
Photoshop test.
you turned our lemons into your lemonade,
Yes.
right?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. That's
So
what
we
they
got
did.
lots of cool stuff. Let me see. What is this? Oh. There's another one. Okay.
Are you looking at another cover?
It just happened.
They can't
It
see the
just came in.
covers.
Why-
Hey, you guys should see this. Okay, so I have to read this one because it's like, what?
Okay.
Kentucky. Not that bad.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Kentucky.
Yeah. Okay. Dear Allison and the two whoever's.
Oh,
Love it. I'll take that.
what's up, my whoever?
Just finished binge watching with my earballs the entire podcast over the past couple of weeks.
Hilarious.
While at work, quite an enjoyable experience.
Yay!
The fun you guys have recording the podcast is really contagious and infectious to the listener.
Woo!
I'm like, why did we just do that?
Because we're contagious.
We're contagious. Nobody come into this garage, you'll
You're gonna
catch it.
catch some Alex and Allison fun. What? It's
so-
just like herpes, but cooler.
It's just like herpes. Our show is just like herpes, but cooler. One particular segment stuck out when you guys were discussing Virgin Airlines and
yeah.
the places that they fly.
Yeah, why the fuck
Alex
don't you
brought
go
up
to the
Kentucky as an example of a place they don't.
Right.
And the disdain in Allison's voice when she said, "Why would you want to go to Kentucky?"
Yeah. Why would you?
Still hits me right in the feels.
Oh,
so I thought I'd take a
sorry.
moment to field the question.
Okay. Yeah.
First, he's from Louisville, and he showed how to pronounce it. Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, say that with speech stuff. You say you got a shot of bourbon in your mouth. Say it like you got a shot of bourbon in your mouth. Perfect. I love that. The rest of the state is beautiful. Lots of great hiking, camping, fishing, etc. Considering my audience of the three of you, I'll skip to the outdoorsy stuff and concentrate on Louisville. One, the Kentucky Derby.
Oh yeah.
Hats.
Yeah,
Hats.
Yes, hats.
and gin nope.
think they got some
what do they
horses
drink?
there,
What's
too.
the drink?
Juleps. Mint juleps.
Yes.
Not
like
gimbals.
gin gimlets.
Gin gimlets. Hey, do you guys have any gin gimlets?
I said gimlets. At least I
gimlets.
said a real drink.
And I was like, what? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure gimlet's made with vodka.
I think you probably do it made with anything.
No, you can't.
Put on a lovely summer dress, not you, Alex. Drink some mint juleps.
See?
And drop some money on the ponies. 2, bourbon. Kentucky is super popular at bourbon.
Super popular at bourbon.
95% of the world's bourbon comes from Kentucky.
Wow.
Fun fact, there are more barrels of bourbon in Kentucky than there are people.
Ooh, send us one.
Wow.
Yeah.
One barrel.
Send us a 1 barrel. Send it to too much at ystreet.com.
Why did we
As in
send
the
it to
question
him like that?
I was like, halfway through, I was like, this isn't even a mailing address. 3, water.
Water.
Science alert. Science alert.
Okay.
Kentucky sits on a bed of limestone, which makes our water high in calcium and magnesium and low in iron, and it keeps the bourbon and the thoroughbreds strong. California has basically no water at all last time I checked.
Yeah,
Totally
we have
true.
no water.
Ouch.
Send us your fancy water,
The
Kentucky.
Louisville Slugger Museum,
Oh,
baseball stuff, world's largest bat.
I like baseball. I went to an Angels game this week.
You're a
Yep.
You're a super fan.
But I went to an Angels game because my buddy Adam LaRoche plays on the White Sox. So I actually went to see the White Sox play.
I love it.
Sorry, Angels.
And then food. Not quite Louisville, not quite northern, not quite southern. Location leads to some pretty eclectic restaurants. The signature dish is the hot brown.
The hot brown.
The hot brown.
That sounds
is
like
a
a trouble in the bathroom.
I tried that in college.
I got
Got a hot brown.
I got hot browns after eating Thai food last night. So the hot brown is a hot, open-faced turkey bacon sandwich smothered with moray sauce. Delicious.
Wow.
Good
Send
Lord
us a
Almighty.
barrel of that too.
Okay.
Anyway, yours via the internet, Paul.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul from Kentucky. I won't shit on it so much anymore.
Unless you're making a hot brown.
Honestly, here's the deal. Sometimes it's just funnier when you pretend you don't like something.
This is true.
I obviously have no actual issue with Kentucky. I've never been to Kentucky. I would love to go. I've been to West Virginia, weirdly enough, but
That is really weird.
yeah, like who goes to West Virginia?
I don't know.
Apparently, I do. Alex,
Alex
what
is
do you
looking
do?
at
I know
emails. He's
we
like-
lost Alex.
No, I got this weird email that's almost like it's from the future.
What?
Love future emails.
Yeah, because it says
We had one
radio deja vu or how the dark unicorn is the best unicorn.
I am the best
Wow.
unicorn.
Okay.
But so I was like, and then so he said, all right. Good day, Allison, Alex, and Tom.
Good
I had
day.
a moment of deja vu thanks to the podcast this morning. Most days I take the DC Metro to work, and I usually listen to the radio via my phone until I hit the tunnels, pass under the city, and lose my cell signal. At this point, I switched to a podcast, and this morning, the podcast I listened to was one of the best one on my phone.
Nice.
The Half-Hour Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I started enjoying it the previous evening and was looking forward to finishing it. I had seen the story about the quasi-space elevator the day before. Enjoyed hearing Alex's explanation and Allison's confusion.
Top down. How do you get the stuff up there in the first place?
I'm telling you, top down is that's the breakthrough we're looking for, people. Don't bury it. Tell them. Tell every science.
Tell every science.
Tell every science.
Tell all the science.
Tell all the science what I've
down.
been saying. Top down. I just can't imagine. I just like a guy sitting in like JPL was like, oh man, this elevator. Did someone just say top down? Top down?
Top down.
We can do this. Anyway, I finished the podcast off shortly before I exited the tunnel and decided to switch back to the radio. I was a bit surprised to hear the morning talk show guys talking about the space elevator as well.
What?
This threw me off enough to make me actually check that I hadn't accidentally started the podcast again. They went on and talked about it for like 40 minutes, which is kind of made my morning.
They got it from us.
Yeah.
Totally.
They ripped us off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did have a question. Have any of you thought about possibly attending Dragon Con, which I've always wanted to go?
We did talk about it, remember? But it's Labor Day weekend, and
This does sound familiar.
my cousin's getting married that weekend.
Well, she can change
But I remember
that.
we actually
Did
talked
you get
about
married at Dragon Con?
Yeah, right.
We'll
First of
supply
all, but I remembered we talked about it right when we started this podcast. We were talking
yeah.
about, but we're still. Should we say this? We're still working on going to New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So fret not, East Coasters. We might be out there soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He called Dragon Con Nerdy Gross.
Nerdy Grass.
Grass.
Oh, that's
I like
amazing.
Thanks for making the podcast. I love it. The three of you are doing a fantastic job, Scott B. Thank you, Scott B.
Happy.
Speaking of which, we should probably start actually making an episode of the show. I don't know how far in we are.
Let's talk
16.
stories.
Let's talk stories. Okay.
Yeah.
So first story: Banksy spoofs Disney with Dismal Land theme park. Did you guys see these pictures?
I read about this. Yeah.
It's crazy. So
Well,
first
wait,
off,
have they released
awesome.
the pictures yet, or just the thoughts that it was coming
There's
out?
tons of pictures.
Oh, no,
and
yeah.
videos.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit! I
yeah.
read about it at the beginning of the week where they didn't know if it was actually a thing yet. I
Oh
haven't
no,
seen the pictures.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
like so they have like so essentially he took over. So it's Banksy. Banksy, as you know, pop artist who does super cool stuff.
Fuck
And
the establishment.
Yeah, and he's like super cool and nobody still
Mysterious.
knows
No one
who
knows
he
who he
is.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
And
you, Alex, is it?
It's not me. Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be like, let me just.
What if you woke up one day and you were like, "Oh shit, I am Banksy."
I'd be like, I am Banksy.
Like you had some weird like
Yeah.
memento style like
Yeah.
short term memory
Don't
loss.
rule
and
it out,
every
Alex.
time
Could be
every
you.
time you painted
First
a
off,
Banksy,
yeah.
you forgot you did it.
Jeez, I love this. I think this could be true, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check my hands for paint chips.
Yes.
You're gonna go check them.
Yeah.
You can't just do it.
No, it's
or
gotta
like
be
in
microscopic paint.
Doctor Who, where the silence makes you forget that you saw them as soon as you're not looking at them, so you have to mark your arm with how many times you've actually seen the silence,
Oh,
and then all of a
that's
sudden
awesome.
you look down and you have 30 hashtags on your arm.
Hashtag
This is
silence.
You guys
with
don't
my
watch
head.
Doctor Who.
Not
Shit.
that. Not that
Not if
episode.
Tom
Oh my
Baker's
God.
not in it. No, but continue.
Now that Tom Baker's
no,
not in
not
it.
if Tom Baker.
Oh,
what?
not which.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Continue the story.
All right. Anyway. Well, I saw this crazy documentary about Banksy in New York.
Yeah.
He came to New York, but he did such crazy things. So one of them was he hired this guy. So like in Central Park, there's all these like
I know about this.
There's like all these stands where people sell like chintzy pieces of art. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For like $15 or whatever. He hand painted, like made some original Banksies and hired a guy to set up a thing, and he never said that it was Banksy's, but if anybody noticed, and it was some of his like famous works,
right.
and only one of them sold for $15, and it's worth like $50,000.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think
you're
because
just
everyone
like-
thought they were knockoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody was just sort of oblivious to walking by. You know what I mean? Like, who would do that kind of a
Yeah.
thing? But that's the kind of shit that he does where you're like, God, this guy's fucking genius.
brilliant.
Yes. Okay, so
So-
let's talk about Dismal Moss. What is it
Dismal
called?
Land.
It's
Dismal
called
Land.
Dismal Land.
Oh, Dismal Moss is.
And everything.
That's what Banksy will do instead of Drunksmiths.
No,
Is
that's
Dismal
our
Moss?
Dismal
that's
Moss.
our day after
Yeah.
Drunksmith.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh,
It's
man.
Dismal Moss. It's the day after the Mexican Festival of Drunksmiths.
Yes.
Dismal Moss.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Drunksmiths, we got an email from a lovely person.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a liquor distributor in
Yeah.
Los Angeles who has offered to sponsor Drunksmiths. So we should give them a quick little
Yes,
shout out.
yeah. Robert Gomez.
Yeah, Robert Gomez.
Hey, Alex, Allison, and Tom. I work at a wine and spirit distributor here in Los Angeles. I would give you some of the product I get.
Yes.
I currently have about 6 cases of wine and spirits
my
right
Yes.
now,
Dad.
and we'll be getting 3 more cases of wine the first week of September.
Holy crap.
Oh my God, I love it!
dangerous.
I'm a real big fan of the podcast. Enjoy listening every week, and I just want to let you know I can, or just wanted to help out any way I can. Also, I have an unopened 24-bottle wine refrigerator that I could donate to your garage.
What?
Oh, that's amazing!
Oh my gosh, Robert, you just won the podcast.
Oh my
Mr.
God!
Gomez.
Okay,
Thank
so
you for
that's
the great
we just
show,
got
Robert Gomez.
Drunksmith sponsored by Robert
Wow.
Gomez.
That's
Thank
fantastic.
you. We will be
Thanks,
reaching
man.
out to you.
Jeez.
Yes, I
Wow.
love that. That's hysterical.
That's rad.
So back to
Okay,
Banksy.
Back to Banksy and
so
Dismal
what?
Land.
So what it was is he took over the sort of like,
giant
like-
warehouse thing.
Well, no, it was
area, right?
actually like an area of a. I want to say it was an old amusement park, but I think it was just this open area that he made into an old amusement park.
Yeah.
But so there were over 50 original Banksy works in the place. But the crazy thing is, you can watch this video of the BBC News going into Dismal Land, and it's hysterical.
Oh, really?
Because you go through this door, and these security guards are there, dressed in like crazy like cartoon versions of security guard outfits, and they're like, "Hold it right there, buddy. All right, hold on. You have any weapons, guns, grenades, anything like that? Unicorns, anything?" And it's
Unicorns.
like, "No." And they're like, "All right, you can move." And then you move to the next person who's like, "Oh, right, hold it right there. Come on, man. You can't just come in." And it's like, check them out. And then they go in. And then when you open the door, it's like the center of Disneyland. It's got this like fucked up, decrepit castle. That looks like the Magic Castle, but it's like all screwed up.
Yeah.
There's this like
That's actually Princess Aurora's castle. Okay.
Oh, very nice.
And I think the one in Disney World is Cinderella's castle. Did I just
Tom
blow,
knows.
did I just blow your fucking mind with some
like,
Disney nerdy?
He's like, I'm gonna have to download that information later
Yeah.
and figure it out, unpack that.
Yeah.
So and then there's like this weird like horrible like festering pool of water in the center, and there's a statue. It's actually freaking rad. It's a statue of the Little Mermaid.
Oh no!
But it looks like it's doing the thing with the old TVs you would do, where it like
static in and out. Like
it's like static, but it's a physical statue that is that.
Oh, weird!
So, like, staggered. It's really like
super crazy, like how he was able to do it because it looks like when you're looking at it.
He also, it's not just his work in there. He got other artists to come in and do stuff.
So there's an actual art gallery with over 100 or 150 other artists' works on display. So as you go through, but they have like carnival games, but you get bling, like you can win like $ chain necklaces and shit like that. And then there's.
Do we know how long this place is open for?
I don't know.
Because I would love to get over to London and go.
Well, I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's open to the public or if it was just like a. I mean, it must be if there's an art gallery. The other thing is they had a really cool one that I saw. One of the pieces is I think Blackfish, a documentary.
Yeah, okay.
I think they retweeted a picture of it, but it's Shamu jumping out of a small toilet and jumping through a hoop, and it looks fantastic. But it's like like screw you SeaWorlds and all those people because it's like
SeaWorlds. Your multiple SeaWorlds.
Yeah,
they had one of my favorite pieces. There was like it's Cinderella's carriage but tipped over and her dead body.
Oh,
that's
God.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Man, I need to look these all up.
It's amazing. But anyway, so I just thought I was like, that's the type of shit that Banksy does. That's like so great. And the really crazy thing is people steal his work because he just puts it there and then leaves.
Right.
And so a lot of times they'll have like, because in the New York documentary, they actually had these like, because he puts them in not great areas. Yeah. And they had these guys like came out of their buildings and started covering the artwork, and like people, you could only take a picture of the artwork if they paid the money.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and they were like, "Shove off, guys!"
I get so annoyed because Banksies will pop up in Los Angeles every once in a while. Yeah, and like when you find them, you're like, "Yeah," and then like a couple months later, they'll be painted over. I'm like, "What moron just did that?"
I know. Well, and they have like and then some people. There's actually art because first off, he must be making a shit ton of money. I don't know how. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Because he's like, I mean, I guess maybe he sells his stuff.
Maybe the government pays him to do anti-government stuff.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Because they're like, this is safer than people revolting.
Yeah.
If we give them just a little bit, if we give them just a little bit of anarchy through art.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's a movie waiting to happen.
As your British brother would say it.
Guys, if I mysteriously
anarchy through art.
Yeah.
Anarchy
if I mysteriously die this week, it's because the government realized I figured out their secrets.
How crazy would that be?
That's pretty smart.
If all of a sudden the podcast like skipped, like we're talking about Banksy, and then it's like skips to us mid-sentence talking about something else, and then you disappeared.
Oh, I got creeped out about that.
About my own death.
Yeah,
it's so creepy. Blah. Anyway, so yay Banksy, super excited about, super popular at
cool.
that. Okay, so I figured we had to talk about this.
Okay.
The Ashley Madison hack.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Right. So Ashley Madison was I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm sure it still exists, but it's. Oh shit! That's a video. Stop. Stop video.
Technology. Why are you screaming?
Why are you so wanting this ad to be on our podcast? So Ashley Madison was a website / is a website.
It's like Match.com for married people who want to have affairs.
Right.
Perfect.
It's like secret Match.com for banging.
Yes. But specifically for people who want to have affairs, like who are married and want
Yes.
to have sex with someone who is not their spouse.
Correct. That
Correct.
is exactly
So
what
cheating
it is for.
website.
It is a
Yeah.
cheating website.
And so we all know it got hacked like a month or two ago.
I think it
by
was only
some
like a
sort
couple
of,
weeks ago.
Oh yeah, by some sort of anonymous.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is they released a
They
10
actually did it.
gigabyte data dump onto the dark web, which I know you guys know about.
Oh, yeah.
The dark
Oh, yeah.
web. Which I kind of feel like I want to see what.
Yeah, how do you access the dark web?
Do you just put dark in front of your HTTP?
dark :http:// Amazon.
Yeah.
I want to see the dark web version of
And
Amazon.
then all it does is come up in like reversed colors.
Yeah, exactly. so the way it works is, I guess you have to download a separate browser that's totally encrypted and anonymous, and then that will allow you to access a totally different version of the internet.
I can't handle the version of the internet we have now. Yeah. I already get overwhelmed and fall down far too many rabbit holes to be productive. I don't want a whole other internet.
I can barely use a
mirror
mouse.
internet.
I can barely use them. It's a mirror net.
Mirror net.
But so anyway, so they released all this information, and they released email addresses, names, passwords, and credit card information.
Ooh.
Of 38 million
Of
or something,
33
right?
million fucking people who are all
In trouble.
cheaters.
Yeah.
And they said that one of them, they said the first law, like the first divorce proceedings has already started based on this.
Wow.
And they said it was what the hack was coined the Black Friday for divorce lawyers.
Oh man.
It was like,
dude, what if the
divorce
hackers are
lawyers-
divorce lawyers?
That's
They're like-
being paid by the divorce lawyers.
Yes.
That is so smart.
We're figuring out all sorts of conspiracy theories on this show today.
you are.
That-
That's
Oh
pretty
my God.
You are so popular at
You
conspiracy
guys,
theories.
We're not going to be able to leave this garage.
I know.
We have to hole up. Heather will
Yeah.
have to bring us food.
We'll call Robert, send us a wine
We'll
fridge.
find a yes.
An emergency wine fridge.
Thanks,
He'll just lower
Robert.
it through the hole in the ceiling.
Yes. We have AC. We'll just have to
We
pee
have
in a
AC.
bucket.
That's it. I got tons of buckets.
We got tapes of Madonna, so
and
we're
no
good.
players,
yeah,
so
we're
we're
no
good.
players. Oh shit.
We'll just look at the tapes with awe.
All right.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
so it's all started, but also all of these people are like finding out like there's a list of people, and one of them was like a famous actor. They didn't say who, but they were like, there's famous actors, lots of NFL players.
Whoa.
There's like
man.
here's
the thing.
politicians and
Here's the
things like
thing. I do not condone cheating whatsoever. I think it's stupid. People, if you're out there and you're thinking about cheating on someone, don't. Break up with the person if you're thinking about cheating
that. Yeah,
on them.
if you break up with them,
Yes.
you can have sex with whoever you want.
Yeah, seriously.
What a novel idea. What a
I
novel
understand
idea.
that breakups are hard and painful, but doing that is way more.
Hard and painful.
But no, you're just a better human being if you're honest and upfront about it than cheating.
100%.
But that being said, I also don't believe that these human beings deserve to have credit card information released. It's one.
No, yeah,
No.
Just being shamed into the fact that you were doing it is enough.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to have like shitty charges on their bank credit,
Right.
credit card.
Exactly. Like that's kind of ridiculous. That's taking it a little
Yeah.
too far. I mean, I don't feel like the hacker should have released any of this information.
Well, I think
But I mean, I feel
But
like
it's
Ashley
funny.
Madison. I kind of like what they're doing is sort of trying to force Ashley Madison to shut down because that's a shitty website to have up.
It's shady. It's
Yeah.
shady balls. I checked. So there's a website you can check.
Okay.
Called. Did I get pwned? Wait, what is it called? Pwn Watcher. Have I been pwned?
Okay.
Is a website and you can go and you can put in your email information and it'll let you know if your email was ever associated with a breach of any kind.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Like a hack of any kind.
Oh,
so like I put
of
in one of
course
my
it was.
emails and one of mine was clean, like my personal one, and then I put in sort of like a trashy business one, and it was like, I guess Adobe in like 2013 Adobe was hacked.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean like Blue Cross got hacked and people's I've been attached to so many things that have been like, well, we had a breach, so here's a year's worth of free credit monitoring or whatever, and you just sign up for that shit and I don't know.
And there you go.
Expected
Yeah.
now to get hacked.
I know.
Like,
I know. At this point, it's like,
I don't even worry about it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's going to happen, then
Yeah.
I think I'm
Yeah.
protected, right?
I mean, the
don't know.
amount of time, have you ever had your credit card number stolen?
Yeah.
I haven't
Charge
had.
put on your card?
I've had random charges on my card,
Yeah.
and then I
But
just
the
go.
way-
I did not go to this
Yeah.
concert.
And the way credit card companies handle it now, they're like, cool. Like, it is such a common thing,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
really unfortunate. But I think we're at the point where it can get covered now.
Right?
Like, you
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah. It's not as spooky.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
As long as you're diligent. As long as you do your due diligence.
Which, by the way, I'm not. I just found out that I had been paying
a
lot of money every 3 months to send my little sister wine. Because I got her for a gift, a wine club thing.
Yeah.
But I thought very concerned because I was like, well, I just want to buy her like 6 bottles of wine from this nice wine, like this wine case thing. And I thought I read everything like, no, it's good, it's just a one-time thing, and I was like, there's no box of we're going to continue charging you and sending wine. And then I remembered that my little sister a while back was like, oh, so this is just it's going to keep coming. It's like a thing. And I'm like, yeah, not really understanding what was happening.
Oh, no.
And that went on for like 6 months.
Oh.
And I finally just saw one where it was like, because I kept getting emails from this thing, but I just thought it was the spam of like, please buy more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then one of them said, because I was just looking through and it was like, your shipment is almost ready. And I was like, that seems very specific.
Yes.
And I was like, and specifically something I don't want.
Yeah.
And so then I scrolled down. And it was like, for your convenience, we will just charge the credit card on file. And I was like, no, you won't.
First class shipping.
And then I logged into the account, and it had happened 3 times.
Oh my gosh! You sent your little sister 18 bottles of wine.
I sent her more. I think more than 18 bottles of wine.
Wow.
Good thing
And I
she
was
didn't
like,
move before
I
that.
know. And I felt like good because I was like, well, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm going to stop it right now. But I was like, at least it went to good use. You know what I mean? It wasn't like something really unusable. You know what I mean? They just got some. It was I was just a better brother than I had intended to be for that year.
Yeah, it's like you were giving her wine. You weren't like giving her a new canoe every 3 months. Like,
Right, yeah.
Why does Alex?
Yeah.
Dude,
why am I in this canoe?
I have so many canoes.
I check my credit card bill every month when I pay it. I check every single
See,
charge
that's the
on
thing.
it.
I have debit cards. I don't have a credit card.
See, that's why I won't use a debit card, because I like knowing that once a month I have to go through and look at all of my purchases. And I will sit there sometimes, because sometimes you'll like eat at a restaurant or something, but their credit card company isn't the name of the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like whatever the business was previously, and I'll look at something and be like, okay, what is this charge? And I'll like match the like date to like, I'll look on my calendar and be like, okay, what did I do that night? And then I'll figure it out. Like I will figure that shit out.
College girl over here.
Yeah. Super popular accountant.
My dad's a CFO.
There you go.
I was taught how to handle money at a very young age.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of money,
Yes.
so Elon Musk's Hyperloop is
Elon.
actually getting kind so serious.
To get to San Francisco really quickly?
Yes.
Yes.
Like super popular at
San Francisco.
pneumatic tubes. So the whole concept is, so a while back, as I'm sure most of the people listening to this know, a while back Elon Musk put out this 57-page white paper on the Hyperloop.
Yeah.
And he basically said, hey, everybody in the world, I'm too fucking busy to do this, but we should fucking do this.
By the way, the fact that it's
Go
called
with
the
God.
Hyperloop,
Yeah.
the fact that it's called the Hyperloop always makes me think it's going to be like one of those, just a giant roller coaster that loops that goes upside down to San Francisco.
Yeah. It's
Like
just
you leave
one
LA
giant...
and you go, woo!
And then you're in San Francisco. That's fantastic. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Except it's on the ground.
Yep.
So and then essentially, so he put it out in the world, and people started picking it up, and this company was formed. It's called Hyperloop Transportation Technologies.
Well, that's right on the nose, isn't it?
I mean, well, they're kind of boxing themselves in. But anyway, and they've already now have this like massive vacuum company, global engineer firm, ASCOM, and Boeing and SpaceX, of course, are all teaming up to build this thing.
Awesome.
They have bought a bunch of land. They've like figured out this whole kind of big chunk of land, and they're going to start construction on a full-scale passenger-ready Hyperloop in 2016.
Ooh, that's next year.
Yeah, crazy. The prototype will run 5 miles through Kauai Valley, and essentially they're going to make a planned community at one end, just to sort of like test out if this actually works.
Right.
So they're going to do a planned community, like suburban homes and all that stuff, and then have the Hyperloop end in San Francisco. So essentially, it'll be like, get on the Hyperloop train and you'll be
Google
there.
is going to get on that shit ASAP.
They will. They're going to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, we'll just buy the whole thing.
Yep.
And then literally Hyperloop will just be shuttling Google employees to Google and back.
Exactly.
But just how cool would that be to be like, oh, let's have dinner in the city. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then
we can be there in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be there or 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, I got to go home. Okay, yeah, I got to get a cab. I'm just going to take the Hyperloop.
Right.
I'm just getting the futuristic travel tube.
Would you want to take that if you've had a couple glasses of wine, though? Or
I think that would be the best. Well, so it's a super low pressurized tube.
Right.
And there's like capsules that you sit in. My big, not concern. Concern is strong. My big concern is it explodes and everybody dies. That's my big concern.
That's the big one.
That's the big one.
My
light concern,
moderate concerns?
My light comfort issue is I'm slightly claustrophobic.
Yeah. Oh, we've talked about this.
I can do planes.
Right.
I can do trains for the most part.
But you can get up and walk around on those. You wouldn't be able to get up and walk around on those.
I think you can. I think it's more like a train than it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's like 2 seats, aisle, 2 seats. You know what I mean?
I keep picturing it like a tiny little pod that you have to lay down in, and you get shot like feet first to San Francisco.
No. Yeah, Running Man style. Yeah. Where it's just like, get in this tube if you want to get home. Like, that seems so intense.
Yeah, it's really dramatic for my evening
it's not
commute.
it's not like a vacuum tube luge or anything like
that's
that.
what I keep picturing.
Or like the skeleton.
But again, also remember, I've also been picturing it like a giant loop-de-loop roller coaster.
That's
so
true.
It makes more sense if you lie down like a luge.
I love how excited you are for the scariest fucking thing I've ever thought of. Lie down in a small tube that you can't move, and then we'll throw it upside down, and you'll be in San Francisco.
And if you just call it like a bullet train, then cool, I got it. That's what it makes sense. But Hyperloop makes it sound way more complicated.
Well, but it is in an enclosed pneumatic tube with a train.
What does pneumatic mean?
I'm sure it means vacuum tube.
I ask because I use the word pneumatic a lot on BattleBots, and every time I said it, I was like, I vaguely understand the concept of what you're saying. And now I just realized when you say pneumatic tube, I have no idea what you mean.
Sounds like it has the flu.
Does it mean air pressurized? I feel like it's something with air. Because Team Bronco was a pneumatic flipper. That's what I remember.
Contains or operated by air.
Air, okay.
Or
so
gas under pressure.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So a pneumatic tube it's propelled by... I thought it was propelled by magnets, though.
No, it is, but the problem... So the whole concept is...
Oh, they vacuum it because then there's no friction.
Yeah, or less friction because it's low pressure.
It's impossible to get no friction on Earth.
Right. Oh, well...
Really?
I mean, if you have a perfect vacuum...
Is it possible to have a perfect vacuum on Earth?
I don't know. See, this is where science comes in.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're making one of these things.
Right.
And I'm super jazzed about it. I would go up to the Bay Area so much more often if you could just hop in a fucking tube.
But unless it was like $300 to get there all the time.
Well,
that's
the other thing.
Virgin 79, so.
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to watch out for. Yeah, but think about it. There's, but that's the thing is like, how much is there going to be like a TSA for the Hyperloop?
Probably.
I mean, there was just like that's anyway.
Well, no, because why would terrorists want to take out the Hyperloop if there's only 4 people on per car?
Well, first off, I think you're grossly underestimating the size of this train.
I don't understand.
I know. I'm like, guys, it's not.
Can it fit 8 people?
I think it can fit like all of the people.
All of the people?
Let me see.
All of the people in the planned community?
Hold on, let me just see. Hyperloop car.
Thank goodness for Google.
Google's like, what? Here we go. Yeah, let me see. This is the images of the Hyperloop car. Oh, no. Yeah,
what?
That's much more like you were thinking.
Oh, it is? Is it a giant loop?
Are you in a straitjacket and put
Is it a loop-de-loop roller coaster with a luge car?
No, it is. I mean, it's sort of that. Like...
So how many seats? I can't see.
Well, it's the original picture.
Neither can our listeners. They can't see anything. You must talk.
Wait. Talk.
It's like a can.
Describe the picture in front of your eyeballs.
It's sort of a can with chairs.
Let me see the can with chairs. Oh, yeah, that looks fucking creepy as shit. That's 3 people, too, by the way.
Well, that's 3 people, but they all have their own little TV screens.
Yeah, I guess if it's only a 20-minute ride,
so you can't double date when you use it. It's just 3 people.
It's supposed to be
just 3 people. It's called the Menage a Trois train. Menage a train. Menage a train. I love it.
But it's supposed to be like 20 minutes from LA to San Francisco?
Yeah, something like that.
So you can sit in that for 20 minutes, right?
But can I? That's the thing.
Yeah,
so like
what if
I
it
can't
breaks?
do London Undergrounds. Like when you go deep down, you know how like there's those like old trains way down in the London Underground?
Yeah, they're all the tube.
No, I know, but some of them are like older car. Like the London Underground has like certain levels that you go down.
Yeah.
When you go to the bottom level of the London Underground,
Okay.
it takes like fucking 15 minutes just to get down the longest escalators in the world.
Yeah.
And you get down there, it's hot and muggy.
Yep.
You're under the fucking city, like 18th century style.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then the train comes, and it's like the smallest fucking little itty bitty train. That shit, I don't jam on that.
All right.
I don't jam on that.
So I don't think you could take
Claustrophobic.
this.
I feel like I might be able to try it.
You sure about that?
I feel like this is why God invented Xanax.
That's why God invented Xanax.
It's just for paying tube travel.
Tube travel. Oh my gosh. Yep. God was like, and on the 8th day, I created Xanax so people could deal with small enclosures.
On the 7th day, I created a small enclosed capsule.
No,
On
7th day he
8th
rested.
day,
8th day.
The drug.
I
to
created
take
the
it away.
drug to make you feel better about being in it. All right. Last story. Super excited about this. And the Android smartwatch is about to become a personal translator.
Ooh, wow.
They are going to be building in. You know how Google Translate works?
Yeah.
Where you like type in whatever you want and it tells you however it is in like 47 different languages,
Yep.
like what it looks like.
Yep.
So here's the thing: you will say, "I'm going to have a conversation in Chinese."
Okay.
I don't speak
Mandarin. There
Chinese.
is no
Mandarin.
Chinese. Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
And
Or
then-
Cantonese if you're in some parts of the country.
Sure.
Whoa, I just got
let's
super
say,
smart.
Let's say Mandarin
Okay,
for the sake
Mandarin.
of this demonstration.
Okay, Mandarin.
You press the Google Translate button on your Android watch
Yeah.
and you say, "Hey, where's McDonald's?"
Yeah.
Thanks. And it translates into Chinese. You turn your wristwatch, it flips, shows the question
They can
in
read it?
Mandarin to them. You then press the button again. They speak Mandarin back
Yes.
to your watch. Oh. You then flip it back and it says what they say back in English.
Oh, brilliant.
We're so close to the future.
Brilliant.
How cool is that?
We are so close to the future.
We're just
We
about to
are-
touch the future.
Now in the future.
It just happened.
Just happened. Just right now. We just turned this into a Spaceballs routine.
But how crazy is that?
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
And 47 different languages. I mean, think about like travel
Yeah.
because
47.
for the most part, when you like go, like let's say you go to Portugal or whatever, and you're like,
Yes,
I
let's
just want.
say I go to Portugal.
Let's say you go to
Where
Portugal.
they only speak Mandarin, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, that small Portuguese island that was emigrated by all the Chinese people and
Yes.
they only speak Mandarin. Your watch will help you.
Thank goodness.
You're
That
like
poor island has been unable to communicate with anyone.
nobody. All the Portuguese are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just out there doing something Chinese stuff.
I want that watch. That is
Some
awesome.
Chinese, but their
But how
food is
crazy-
amazing.
travel more.
No, but
if I
this
get
is the
that.
crazy thing. It will be standard in all
yeah, that's
Android
true.
watches. So you don't like, Microsoft has a smartwatch, I guess, that they're trying to do. And like if Apple does this, it'll have to be an app
Yeah.
that you
Right.
buy or download. This is going to be built in natively.
That's
But how crazy is that?
It's awesome. It's yeah.
I mean, it's so
That-
good. It's like
That is one of the few reasons that maybe I would get one of those watches.
honestly, I would 100%
Have you
buy one
seen
of
the
these if I
video-
was going to go traveling.
Have you
talk
seen
to
the
my
video of this
gardener.
thing? I think it's called. I think it's just called the
Talk
ring.
to my gardener.
it's true.
Oh my
It's true. I'm
gosh.
not-
Tom.
Fantastic.
There's this thing.
What's up with this weird bush?
he's like, I don't know. I don't speak Mandarin.
listen to me.
Sorry.
Speak Mandarin.
Go.
Damn it. There's this thing called like the ring or something like that, which women can wear, and it's the same. You can talk into it.
It is the cheesiest ad video
The ad. Have you
ever.
seen the ad?
Yeah.
I'm like, Amy, why are you dating this guy?
Yeah.
He is a moron. He
I will-
doesn't see you talking into your ring and fixing everything for him.
I will put this video up on the TV. Ring. Put video up on the TV. And then it's like, see, I did it. Oh, Amy, you are so smart and talented.
Yes, I know.
Like,
what the? First of all,
we got to show. We'll show you the video.
oh
Afterwards.
my
It
God,
is
Tom, you're gonna
fucking
die.
hysterical.
You're gonna die. Google it, people. I don't know what to Google.
Yeah, Ring, worst advertising ever. But it's basically just a ring that you push, and it's Bluetooth. I mean, essentially, it's just Bluetooth.
It's a Bluetooth on your finger, so you can talk to your phone and it'll do
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean,
and this
it's one of these
lady
things
is
where
like,
the technology is kind of cool. The ad is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Cool.
God, I love
Like
it.
this guy's incapable of searching the subway map, and she's like, "Ring, give me options." And then she pulls up her phone, and it's right there on her phone.
And he's like,
And
"How
he's
did
like,
you
Amy,
type so
you
fast,
so smart.
Amy?"
Yeah.
But it's also like clearly. I think was it Japanese? I feel like it was
No,
Japanese.
what is? I think it was like Scandinavian somehow.
Oh, was it? But
Yeah.
basically, it was two people that they were like, "Hey,
Swedish, maybe.
you're both attractive and speak English. You'll be the people in this ad." But it's clearly somebody who is not super fluent in English. You know
No,
what I mean?
neither of
It's
them are.
two people, and they're just like, this is great product. Your ring is so beautiful, smart. You know what I mean? It's like,
I also love at some point in it, she checks her to-do list, and it's like,
oh yeah,
take the dog for a walk. And I'm like, that's on your to-do list? Like,
Yeah.
Because she looks at it and she's like, oh, you should do this and I should do this. It's like, yeah, take your dog for a walk is something that should happen multiple times a
kidding.
day. Like,
Yeah.
not,
and it's
not
and
you should
your
be reminded
By the way,
about
the
it.
to-do list is your dog jumping on your fucking leg all the time, going,
Yeah.
"Get me the fuck out of this house." And you're like, I don't know, my to-do list is pretty empty.
I know.
Why is my dog being all super hyper?
Yeah.
It's like,
Ring,
if
tell
only
me what to do.
Yeah, Ring, do I have a walk dog on to-do list? No. Sorry, fucker.
yeah.
He's gonna have to shit in the bathroom like everybody else. It's amazing. All right, people.
Did we do it?
Yeah.
I think we did it.
We did
That was
it.
fantastic. Well, that is it for this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip.
That's Tom
You
Krajewski.
half pointed.
I
Thanks.
started pointing, and then I was like, why am I pointing?
It's a good reminder for me.
Commitment.
Yeah, that's good. He's like, oh, that's me. All right, we'll see you next week.
Woohoo!